But want to know the secret to attracting any woman? It's not about cheesy pickup lines or flashing a fancy car. It's about sparking her curiosity, making her wonder who you are and what makes you tick. In this video, we're diving deep into the 11 things women find irresistible in a man. This isn't about playing games or manipulating women. It's about becoming the most attractive version of yourself. Stay tuned, gentlemen, because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to ignite that spark and build the relationships you deserve. Let's be brutally honest, guys. Nothing kills attraction faster than neediness. When you reek of desperation, you're practically begging a woman to run for the hills. It screams insecurity and low self-worth. And trust me, those are not qualities that make a woman weak at the knees. Women are magnetically attracted to men who are self-assured and emotionally self-sufficient. They want a man who doesn't need them to complete him, but who chooses them because he them. Invest in your passions, build a fulfilling life, and know your worth. When you're content and secure in who you are, you won't feel the need to seek validation from others. Let her see that you're a man who is living a life he loves, a man who is confident in his own skin.
Needy behavior is an instant turnoff because it communicates a lack of self-respect, self-love, and self-confidence. If you want to attract women, even those with boyfriends, you must be able to hold your own and not come across as clingy or dependent. This is even more important if you're trying to win your ex back because you've likely already displayed needy behavior, so you have to go to the opposite end of the spectrum. A high-value man doesn't need attention and validation from anyone to know his value. He recognizes his own value and makes a conscious effort to appreciate the value in those around him. As a result, he will attract women because he comes across as secure in who he is and how he moves through the world. And this means he can be trusted to be himself, unlike a needy man who will do and say anything to get the attention he needs to feel good about himself. That will not attract women, and if that sounds like you, it's time for some personal growth. Identifying signs of neediness in dating. When you first meet a woman, you can come across as needy if you respond to her texts immediately. It conveys to her you have nothing going on in your life, and your number one priority is responding to this relative stranger you just met.
Your body speaks volumes before you even utter a single word. The way you carry yourself, the way you make eye contact, the way you take up space, it all sends a powerful message about who you are. Imagine this. You spot a woman across the room. Instead of shrinking back or avoiding eye contact, you hold her gaze for a beat longer than usual, a subtle smirk playing on your lips. You stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, like you own the room. Pay attention to the signals you're sending. Are you slouching, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting nervously, or are you standing tall, meeting her gaze with a confident smile and using open, inviting gestures? By mastering the art of confident body language, you're not just projecting an image of confidence, you're actually building it from within.
Out of all the attractive traits to have, confidence is the one irresistible trait if you want to attract women, especially older, experienced women. And most women can tell right away whether or not you're confident just by looking at your body language, including your facial expressions. For example, if you're fidgeting or making yourself look small in your environment, women will see you as lacking confidence. So the first step to attracting women is to adopt confident body language. Keep your body movements calm and controlled. Make yourself big. Make eye contact. Don't be afraid to take up room and claim the space immediately around you. If that's difficult due to feeling nervous or uncomfortable, take slow, deep breaths while focusing on the sensations in your body. Can you feel your feet? This will help you relax and allow that confident body language to come out naturally.
Let's be honest, gentlemen, there's a thrill in the chase. Women are naturally drawn to men who are a bit of a challenge, men who don't immediately fall at their feet. It's not about playing hard to get, but about being a high-value man who is selective with his attention. So how do you spark her pursuit? It's about showing genuine interest without being overly eager. It's about having a life outside of her, about pursuing your passions and having your own adventures. Let her see that you're not just waiting around for her call, that you have a life filled with purpose and excitement.
Projecting confidence and making a girl laugh are common tips for how to attract any girl. But there's another tip that's equally important that doesn't get nearly as much discussion. It's called qualification. Qualification is all about getting the woman to prove that she's cool and interesting. It shows you're a man with standards who doesn't invest his time and attention in just any beautiful woman. If you're looking for a date for Valentine's Day, this will be your key to making sure she doesn't flake. When you actively filter single women like this, they see you as a high-value guy. They will then put more effort into keeping your interest and attention. It's easier to have success with women when they're chasing you instead of you chasing them. How to make her work for your attention. After bantering with a girl, you can start qualifying by asking questions like, "Hey, you're fun to talk to. What's your story? What are 3 things I wouldn't know about you by looking?" These questions are great because they're open-ended and allow the girl to share as much information as she feels comfortable.
If you want to build lasting attraction with a woman, you need to move beyond the superficial and connect with her on a deeper emotional level. This means going beyond small talk and sharing parts of yourself that you don't reveal to just anyone. Women crave emotional connection just as much as men do, if not more so. They want to feel seen, heard, and understood. So how do you foster this deep emotional bond? It starts with being vulnerable yourself. Share your passions, your dreams, your fears. Ask her open-ended questions that encourage her to share her own story, her own thoughts and feelings. When you create a space for genuine emotional connection, you're building a foundation of trust and intimacy that goes far beyond the superficial.
In order to know how to attract any girl, it's important to know how to connect with any girl. That is, how to build an emotional connection so she feels close to you and you feel close to her. One way to build that emotional connection with a girl is to use the I perspective when speaking. Express your thoughts, opinions, and most importantly, your emotions directly. Practical tips for emotional bonding with women. Saying "I love Game of Thrones" gives her a glimpse into your emotional world, but you're not giving her anything to latch onto. Instead say, "I love Game of Thrones because," and explain 1 or 2 reasons you love it. Talking about your personal experiences, rather than objective facts, is going to get her feeling connected to you, but do not brag. Talking too much about yourself is a turn-off for high-value women. Find a balance by sharing just enough to create an emotional connection without coming across as arrogant or self-absorbed.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, gentlemen. Sexual tension. It's that electric current that crackles between 2 people, that unspoken desire that makes your heart race and your palms sweat. Now, building sexual tension isn't about being creepy or making a woman uncomfortable. It's about creating a playful, charged atmosphere where attraction can flourish. It's about using subtle physical touch, lingering eye contact, and playful banter to create a sense of anticipation and desire. Start by making eye contact that lingers a little longer than usual. Hold her gaze, a playful smirk on your lips, and let the silence hang in the air for a beat. When you master this art, you create an irresistible magnetism that draws her to you like a moth to a flame.
One of the most effective ways to build sexual tension with women is through physical contact. Start touching early on in your conversation by lightly tapping the back of your hand against her elbow. If she's okay with that contact, you can gradually increase physical contact for longer periods of time in more intimate areas, shoulder, back, thigh, face. After you get her number, you can use tips to build sexual tension and turn her on via texts.
One of the most paradoxical yet powerful principles of attraction is the power of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean being cold, aloof, or uninterested. It simply means not placing your entire sense of worth and happiness on whether or not you win her over. When you approach interactions with a sense of detachment, you radiate a quiet confidence that is incredibly attractive to women. You're not putting pressure on her to like you, you're simply enjoying the interaction for what it is. When you're living a life you love, you won't feel the need to seek validation from others.
One thing that will help you tremendously when learning how to attract women is being unattached to the outcome. That is to say, don't get hung up on whether or not you get a phone number, a date, or even get a girl to like you. Just enjoy the process of meeting women and focus on having fun. If you're not looking to get anything from your interactions with women, then you'll have no trouble being confident, fun, open, and sexual with them. Cultivating a natural attitude in dating and attraction. The best way to make this your natural way of being is to get lots of experience talking and flirting with women.
Have you ever noticed how some guys just seem to attract women effortlessly? It's like they have a magnetic aura that draws women in without even trying. And while some people might be naturally charismatic, the truth is, effortless attraction is a skill that can be learned and mastered. It all comes down to embodying a specific energy, a vibe that signals confidence, self-assurance, and a genuine zest for life. Women are incredibly intuitive, and they can sense when a man is comfortable in his own skin, when he's not trying too hard, when he's simply being himself. So, how do you cultivate this effortless attraction? Start by focusing on your own happiness. Pursue your passions, engage in activities that bring you joy, and surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. When you're genuinely happy and fulfilled, that energy radiates outward, drawing people to you like moths to a flame. Remember, effortless attraction isn't about trying to be someone you're not. It's about embracing your authentic self, living a life you love, and letting your inner light shine through.
Don't act on needy impulses. We all feel needy at times, but feeling a certain way doesn't mean you have to act on it. Only needy women go for needy men. Use body language to build confidence. Most girls can identify insecure men from a mile away based on how they carry themselves. Make eye contact and use the Art of Charm doorway drill to start building your confidence now. Get a girl attracted to you. Make her laugh. Use your sense of humor to find out if she shares your sense of humor. If she doesn't, why would you want to spend time with her? Qualify her with questions that get her to win you over. Find out if the woman you're attracted to is actually worth your time. An attractive, high-value man has standards about who he allows into his amazing life.
Let's talk about the power of intention. When you're clear about what you want, you're far more likely to achieve it. And when it comes to attracting women, clarity of intention is crucial. Think about it. If you're going into an interaction with a woman unsure of what you're looking for, you're sending mixed signals. This lack of clarity can be confusing and off-putting, leaving her wondering where she stands. On the other hand, when you're clear about your intentions, it not only guides your actions, but also creates an aura of confidence and purpose that women find incredibly attractive. And when you're clear about what you want, you make decisions that align with your values, and that, gentlemen, is incredibly attractive.
Attraction and your intentions. There's a lot of advice on attracting women out there. And what most of it misses is that attraction, seduction, intimacy, sex, whatever you want to call it, is an emotional process, not a physical or social one. You can say the wrong things and still attract a woman. You can say all of the right things and repel her. What matters is the intention, the motivation, the authenticity. To improve your dating life, you must improve your emotional life, how you feel about yourself and others, how you express yourself to others, etc. It's not about learning lines or routines or dressing up a certain way. It's about unmasking the unique and attractive man within yourself and joyfully expressing it to the women of the world. That may sound vague, but it has very real repercussions on your interactions with women.
We've talked about the importance of not being needy when you're first trying to attract a woman, but what about maintaining that attraction over the long haul? Once you've won her over, it's easy to fall into a comfort zone, to start taking her for granted, or to become overly reliant on her for your happiness. But just like in the beginning, neediness is a surefire way to kill the spark and push her away. So how do you avoid this trap and maintain a healthy, attractive dynamic in your relationship? It all comes back to cultivating a non-needy mindset. This means continuing to prioritize your own personal growth and happiness, even when you're in a relationship. A man who is constantly growing and evolving is infinitely more attractive than one who becomes stagnant. By maintaining your own sense of independence and fulfillment, you create a dynamic where attraction and desire can continue to flourish.
You should adopt non-needy behaviors because you care about yourself and want to improve yourself. Attracting women should be a side effect of that desire. If you attempt to adopt non-needy behaviors in an attempt to impress others, you're still being needy. You're faking it, and you will eventually be exposed. The only way to develop a genuine attraction through women is by genuinely investing in yourself. Recognize that you will be rejected and turned down by a lot of women regardless of whatever you do. Accept this and appreciate it. But if you measure success with women by lack of rejection, then you will always be disappointed. If you measure success with women by the enjoyment and honesty of your interactions with them, then you can easily have a 100% success rate. This is an internal and emotional process, not an external behavioral one. The external behaviors are an internal side effect, not the cause of the attraction. And becoming an attractive man of status is a process of investing in yourself and caring about yourself. Again, this is an internal and emotional process, how you feel about yourself, how you perceive yourself, how much you care about yourself, and bringing beautiful women into your life is a side effect of that internal investment. External investment will lead you nowhere. At best, it will bring superficial or dysfunctional relationships, and at worst, it will bring you absolutely nothing. Yes, absolutely nothing. Proceed with caution.
There you have it, gentlemen, the 11 things women can't resist in a man. Embrace these principles, internalize them, and watch as your love life transforms. Now, go out there and make it happen.